Earlier today, I posted the full unedited walkthrough of my world record from start to finish. You can see it all. I won't spoil you the end, but I can tell you that it's more than 1,500 coins, where for the gold medal you actually only need 300. I know though that it was a long video, so now I want to show you a quick recap just with the main highlights. Don't hesitate to subscribe if you haven't done so already by clicking on the red button below. And as I said, if you want to see the full walkthrough, it is available on my channel. Of course, in this run, I have applied a lot of the tips that I also shared in a previous video earlier this week, but I also made a lot of min-maxing calculations before restarting to decide things like which production to build on which islands, which policies is best to use when, how many houses I will need. Of course, I'm not saying it is perfect, especially with the time constraint. I'm sure that if I retry now, I can do it slightly better, but I think it's pretty close to perfect. And lastly, don't hesitate to share any thoughts or questions in the comments below. Okay, right off the bat, of course, it is super important to get cracking right away, deleting the ruins, planting trees to make a lot of timber, and starting your city. One important thing is that contrary to my previous gold medal, I'm not moving the hacienda. We're leaving the hacienda where it is because I need the whole space for a gigantic city of more than 5,500 people. While in truth, you actually don't need that much space for the farms with the hacienda. And of course, not moving it means I don't need to pay 12,000 coins right away, so that's pretty good. Also, very early I started the corn and the sugar cane as the first step after the timber to really produce everything that's needed to have a lot of my jornaleros and move to obreros as quickly as we can. And on top of that, also to make money, to stay in the positive money-wise, because money will be tight at some point. On the other hand, there's no need to focus too early on the basins. The summer is long, you only really need those basins when you get to the monsoon later, so don't focus on it right away. Start the brick productions. It is your main limiting factor early in the game, so you need to start it as quickly as you can. And then after that, we really need to start the goats. This is the last thing you need for the tortillas. You can see I'm putting it right on the corner because I'm going to put a lot of goats over there with the dung production and cyanide production. And as quickly as you can, don't forget to put the plus 50% working condition. This will increase your productivity. You do need to be careful about your happiness, especially when you have events. Putting your happiness up or down, you can play with that. Now, as you can see, it's only been 7 minutes since the start of this scenario. I'm already making tortillas, rum for my people, timber and bricks, and we continue to just expand further and further, increasing both the timber production and the size of the city. It does take 15 minutes to build the basins. They are monuments, with a phase, and that phase takes 15 minutes. So if you want to maximize the first monsoon, get as much rain as possible into those basins, you should build new basins by minute 15, so that by minute 30, when the first summer finishes, they are built. Then starting my second island, Ilha do Vazio, the island with clay, for even more bricks. As I said, you want to start bricks as quickly as possible. It is your limiting factor. So don't touch the third island right away. Focus on that one first, even if there's not a lot of fertilities. The plan here was to have around 20 obrera houses and 50 jornaleros houses to produce all of the bricks, fish, silver ore, and salpet that this island can offer. It's important to plan, the cities for the size that you need and not just plan them randomly, so that you can put the least number of market and chapels but still cover everybody perfectly like I'm doing here. The first monsoon of the game is starting and I'm already producing silver ore. I also have my first obreros. This is great, we're making great progress. We've also built 2 full basins on top of the one that's already given to you on the main island. And even if the oasis is not fully covered, we can start using that for farms. By the time this first monsoon ends, I've also colonized fully the third island, sending some timber and bricks there as we speak to start the 3 silver mines and 2 basins. So now by the time the second summer ends and we have a new monsoon, I have all 11 silver mines going across all of those 3 islands. I have a huge city fully supplied on my main island. The second island is basically finished with fish and saltpetre. We have the third island ready for that monsoon with 2 basins and also some dummy farms of coffee and caoutchouc ready as soon as the basins start filling out. With these caoutchouc and coffee beans, I can provide the last 2 goods that was missing to my obreros, the chewing gum and the coffee, to get to 18 out of 20 obreros. Because remember that right now the bombing production is bugged. It will probably be fixed soon, but for now it is still bugged. Here, this is an important thing. I obviously have the resources. Here I have the 25 tons of silver ore that's needed for the first delivery, but still you are each time given 5 minutes by the actuary to give it to him. So wait, because that's 5 more minutes until the end of the scenario, right? You're gaining 5 minutes each time. That does add up. If you remember earlier, I was talking about my goat farms. This is here. We have a lot of cyanide factories. We need a lot of cyanide. We need a lot of dung. So this is why this corner is all about. We are now in the 3rd summer of the game. We've just given the first delivery. So it's time to start producing silver bars and coins at full speed. It does require a lot of bricks, which is again why I said at the beginning you want to start that as early as possible, but you can see that by now I already have 7 silver bar factories working at full speed with the 50% working condition. This also requires a lot of obreros and thus a lot of food produced, but as you can see here on my statistic menu, it's not a problem so far. I'm producing everything that I need, and therefore by the end of that summer I'm already making a lot of coins. I have enough silver bars for the second delivery that is still 20 minutes away, so I started with the coins. And from there, it was pretty smooth sailing in the sense that it was mostly about transporting food regularly from my main islands to the other 2 islands and bringing back some resources like caoutchouc, coffee beans, saltpetre to make sure that my main island was, producing everything it needed to produce. I will provide you with a full visit of the city at the end, so wait for that. But for now, let's see a bit what else happened, in particular with the different deliveries. We are now at the penultimate delivery, which is 80 tons of coins. After the previous one was only 10 coins, that was really an easy one. So I need to give 80. How much do I have? As you can see, I have already more than 1000 by then. Thanks to 10 coin factories running at full speed, with a full production chain behind them, no problem. And now it's time for the final delivery, which is 150 coins. And by then I already have 1400 coins. We give it to him, but wait, it's not finished. Now he's giving us 30 minutes before the scenario ends. So let's take advantage of that to produce even more than 1400. By that time, I also know I have 30 minutes. It's not less, not more, so I can also plan how much food reserve I need. And you can see I also even have some silver ore in stock. So what I did is I was able to pause a few of my food production to make even more coin factories, reaching 18 coin factories at the end. And with that, after almost 4 hours of gaming across different seasons, rain seasons and dry seasons, we have 1566 coins in the bank. Now I will go a few minutes back to make sure the timer doesn't run out while I show you the final city. If this video was useful, don't hesitate to press the like button, to share in the comments below. It really does help a lot. Okay, as promised, we are almost 3 minutes before the end of the scenario, close to the 1560 that we are going to reach, and I'm going to show you quickly the empire. Starting with Deserto de Strat, we have in total more than 7,100 population, 5,600 or 700 coming from this city here, this island here. This is the major city on the top here, mostly with the Breras and a few generals on the side. We have, of course, here our fuel station working. Then over here we have the Hacienda. That's working with the farms on both sides, the oasis here and the basins this way. Many of these with tractors, very important to increase your productivity. We have then many of the buildings for the farms linked to the farm, like the tortillas makers over here, or the rum distilleries. a few others also over here, like the rum and the chewing gum. The beer is over here. And here you have the heavy productions, starting from the cyanide leachers, going into the silver smelters for the silver bars, and then lastly into the coins. Royal Mint. By now we have 19 silver smelters and 17 Royal Mints. We also do need a lot of storage, otherwise you'll never reach this. We have 1600 storage. Here we have our cyanide production that's using also dung from all of those goat farms, which I have actually stopped right now because I have way too much of everything. And then quickly the other island number 2 here is critical to start there for our bricks. You can see here is my generous part of the city, a small obreros part that's important for the salpet that you can see at the top here. We have of course all of the iron mines going, and then here the fish. And then lastly, this island here, just a small generous population that's critical for the silver mines, of course, and for some of the farms. 2 basins for the caoutchouc on this side and the coffee here. I used to have more coffee, but actually found it wasn't needed. And of course, on this island, but also the other one, we also have wood productions, few timber productions, because slowly but surely I had to destroy all of the ones that we had on this island over here before. So it is, ladies and gents, this is the island, this is the empire that I made to get more than 1,500 coins. This is crazy. Hope you like it. Don't hesitate to press the like button if you did, and I hope to see you next time.